Hello everyone, how are you? Happy Tuesday? I think it is. I never feel like I know the days of the week, but I know the numbers of the week. But anyway, I hope you're doing absolutely fabulous when you find this video, when you receive this video. Today is day 13 out of 31 for the day of October, so in 2020. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Colleen Gallagher. One thing I'm just super passionate about is empowering people to understand why it is they're here, what is their purpose, and absolutely fall in love with life. And today is a very special day because the number 13, if you look at a post about it, is actually represents the number of the goddess. It was created as an unlucky number some time back because it was a feminine frequency number. And as you know, as the world has evolved, women empowerment has become a huge topic, but women have not always been equal, and majority of the world, women still are not equal. So I always celebrate the 13th of every month because it is the number of the goddess. And when you even think of Jesus and the 12 disciples, it's the number 13. If you look at multiple religions, usually the number 13 is always what's included, but it's usually with men, or they don't really talk about that it's a divine feminine frequency number. And you can actually just go to Google and do some research on this. This little hair right here is bothering me, but anyway, you can do some research on it, but it's my favorite number. So when you join, just know that. And sorry, I got a call there. This is gonna be a beautiful activation. And so what I'd like to share with each of you is today on day 13 of these lives, stay till the very end. And I'm gonna have a bunch of offerings for you, but today's topic that we're speaking about, as I'm doing 31 ways that I broke my heart, and then 31 ways it turned into a love story. So today I'll want to talk about achievement. And I didn't know that I was actually going to talk about achievement today. I thought it was going to be something much different. But anyway, I'm talking about achievement because of a client call I had this morning, which was really interesting. And a lot of times you wouldn't think of putting achievement with heartbreak. Sorry, before I go on this, the reason that I'm doing the 31 days live is that I have my third book coming out, An Uncompromised Life. And it's all about a way that I compromise my character, my desires, and my needs for love. And I feel like many times as women we do this, even men do it, but many times we do this. And so as the launch of it, I want to share with you 31 ways that I've done this, and hopefully with these stories that I share, you can find a piece of yourself in each of the stories and relate it to you. So today's topic is all about achievement. And so a lot of times we don't realize that we're breaking our own heart, or we're causing heartbreak by going after achievements. And so for those of you who don't know me, or some of you do, I'm 26 years old, and I've been able to travel all over the world to over 40 plus countries. I've lived in 5 states. I've lived in 5 countries. I have my bachelor's. I've worked for a $23 billion company, $400 million company. I started my own company. My third book's coming out. I have a ton of online courses, like literally all the achievements I could share with you, like high overachiever my whole life. It was like, always wanted to be the best, always wanted to be number one. Like even when I was in school, like I would get in trouble for it, I'm sure, like, cause I always wanted to be the best. Like if I didn't have like the certain grade, or I didn't have like this certain thing, like I would be so upset. So what I want to share with you is probably law of attraction. A lot of you, where you may be in your life, or where may be happening in your life, is you are someone who has a goal and you're constantly in achiever state. I want to achieve a 6-pack. I want to achieve losing this many pounds or this weight. I want to achieve looking the best. I want to achieve becoming the sales manager. I want to achieve like all these achievements that you want. And you're constantly on like, I want this in my relationship. I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. And you're addictively going to the next achievement, like one after the other, after the other, after the other. And so how this breaks your heart is that it's a lot of times like in life when I probably never even thought of this before I really started a deep dive spiritual journey about 2.5 years ago. Many times we think that when we get somewhere, like if we get to the $1 million, or we get to the relationship, or we get to the marriage, or even if we're on like a long road trip, like we get to the destination, that is going to bring us happiness, that's going to bring us fulfillment, that's going to bring us joy, that's going to bring us to this sense of achievement. Like we met our goal, we did this thing. But the thing is that when we're so laser focused on, this is a consciousness word, but when we're so laser focused on penetrating just the goal, we often miss the journey. We miss being able to slow down, feel the couch, slow down, relax our nervous system, slow down, savor the taste that we can receive from food, slow down, receive the job or the career that we're in, slow down and really be present with everything. And so the way that you're constantly breaking your heart is that you're going from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. And the way that I've personally turned this into a love story, and I can share this with you guys. So I remember when I first started my business, it was in 2018, and I decided I was going to travel the world and become like a full-time influencer or coach. And so I didn't know those words then, but like a teacher. And so, excuse me, I just had a kombucha, so clearly I needed to burp. But I wanted to become that, and I wanted to do it while I was traveling the world. It was really, really big to me that I could literally build a business while traveling the world, because that's so ironic. Like, what are you talking about building a business while traveling the world? Like, are you a flight attendant? Like, what? How does that work? Like, I wanted to basically break my own mind. But the thing was that I actually didn't. The reason that I did that is I was doing my own research on wanting to prove that love would always win. I wanted to travel to all these countries. I wanted to meet all these people. I wanted to experience all these cultures, because I wanted to prove to myself that no matter what, people always wanted love. People always wanted to choose love. It like still makes me emotional when I think about it. There was someone that I called even on right before I left New Zealand. It was a girlfriend of mine. I said, I'm just so nervous. What if I travel the world and I find out love does not always win? And let me tell you something. I traveled all over the world, and that was my goal. That was my achievement, right? But each country I went to was different, because I wasn't in a rush in the country. I wasn't in a rush to like get the coffee, to get to the hotel. Like, I missed so many flights when I was on that trip. I was late to so many things. Like, I got lost in like time. I had no idea where I was. Sometimes I like ran out of like actual cash money, because it was like you were changing all the time. And like people would have to meet me, and like I'd have to like figure out the banking system. Like, it was always so interesting. Like, I, for the first time in my life, stopped thinking I just had to go to this many countries to do the thing, and instead I truly enjoyed the people that I was with. And many of us in our life, we live in this fast food mentality where we want to move through something just to get like whatever we're trying to get and come out the other side. When reality, if we're even in a drive-through, it's really not about the food we're getting, it's about the full experience. Like, how long did we have to wait? Were the people nice? How much was it? Is the food healthy? How did it taste after we were leaving? Did we forget something in the bag? Did they get the full bag? Like, there's so many parts of that experience that make a drive-in really amazing. Like, think of a drive-in movie theater. Why are those still around? People don't go to drive-in movie theaters because that's the achievement. They go because of the experience, because of, it's not just like going to a regular movie theater. You have your car and you open it up, and it's kind of old school culture still in new school, and it's outside, and it's just a totally different whole night experience versus like one or two movies. And so what I want to share with you in this is that when you're watching this, when you receive this, and you're someone who's been achieving your whole life, you've been going after one achievement to the next, the next, to the next, and you're realizing that it's not really bringing you joy. You're kind of like, I feel like, what am I doing in my life? I'm 30, I'm 40, I'm 50, and I'm just going to the next achievement. Well, I'd recommend highly that you buy my book, An Uncompromised Life. We're in pre-order, so you can pre-order the book from me, or you can go in my link tree in my bio and you can get it, or just message me Uncompromised. 2, what I highly, highly, highly suggest is that if this is you and you're like, Colleen, I feel like I really desire to go on to a spiritual journey. I really desire to go in a deeper exploration of myself. I desire to understand how this achieving mentality isn't really bringing me what I want. Like, I don't have the relationships of my dreams, or the business of my dreams or the place where I really want to be. Like, I don't have that. And so what I'd love for you to do is message me, because I have a special for October where you can work one-on-one with me. It's 4 calls for the rest of the year. So all you do is message me and we'll get the details to you. And then the other thing I'd recommend is that if you're really desiring to go deeper on this, out of my 31-day series, any day that you share a series, you get entered into win a drawing at the end. So what happens when we pull 3 names, you'll get you get a signed copy of my first book, a signed copy of my 3rd book. You get my Oracle cards. The first person gets 2 one-on-one calls with me, and the second and third person get 1 one-on-one call with me. So if you just comment below, you'll be able to, or message me and share it and tag us, you'll be able to enter that. And so that is the biggest one for today. That's achievement. That's what I wanted to share with you. Comment, let me know when you're watching, if you're on the replay. And I hope that this really serves you, because this is something a client and I talked about, and I feel like it's something that I really struggled with for a long time, even when starting my business. And the sooner that we can release this journey of needing to achieve and just enjoy being present, the sooner that will accelerate all the results we truly desire, instead of micromanaging like small achievements that are never gonna set our soul on fire. So when you're watching this, I always like doing this at the very end. I just want you to know that you're so close to falling in love. You are so deserving to fall in love. Your heartbreak is almost over, and you absolutely deserve an amazing life filled with love, because you are worthy of everything your heart desires.